Welcome to another edition of Who Reviews the Reviewers. And this week we're going to be talking about just the single contestant entry that we have, Jason from Geekvolution. With me today is Melanjeptic1992, and we're going to discuss, his
Hello.
ability as a reviewer. So, Milan, you saw his video. What'd you think?
Well, what I thought was a little bit. I don't want to be mean to the kid. The kid obviously has some talent, but I found it a little bit, well, lackluster at best. But he does have talent, but it's unmatured yet.
I just completely disagree with you. I thought it was just the worst review I've ever seen. I mean, it
Oh,
completely lacked objectivity. He went way over our time limit of 0.25 seconds.
oh, yeah, that's
It
true.
was
That's
I had a
true.
hard time understanding him. I don't know if that was equipment with the microphone or what.
Mm,
I was sitting there and I was trying to make out what he was saying half the time. Like
mm,
just, maybe get some better equipment, Jason, or possibly like work on your diction. It just
yeah,
bugged me,
well,
man. It
yeah.
really it was the worst entry this week. Period.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, okay, fine, fine. You're all right, but still, I feel bad for talking bad about this. You could tell that he was trying so very hard. It's like kicking a puppy when
Well, the
telling the
thing
truth.
is, his cameraman kept helping him out with the review. That bugged me. I mean, if
Uh,
why aren't we watching that guy on camera?
yeah. That guy would be an awesome reviewer, but obviously we'll never find that out, because he's a cameraman. But Jason, yes, he does have the setbacks that you mentioned, but he even though he was terrible at the review, I still think he had heart. Well, actually, looking back at the video, I have to disagree with my own point. The boy was just sitting there and just doing this out of habit. I don't think he at first you see that he's keen, but then it slowly devolves. The review slowly devolves into something quite lifeless and sad, as though he's given up in the middle of the review and just coasting along. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It also bugged me that he was trying to, like get by on his cuteness. Because I'll give him that. He was obviously
Oh,
cute,
he
but
he was adorable.
cuteness can't hold a review, man. You gotta talk about the subject matter.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what a weird subject to review. Just a single issue of Silver Surfer. That's
Mm.
odd, man. That's a little out there to me.
Yeah, so the Silver Surfer is quite odd, and it's a strange comic book, especially for a boy his age reviewing a comic about a giant cosmic space genocidal creature that eats worlds. It's kind of odd, but still, he didn't really go in depth. That's another thing that I didn't like. He didn't go in depth, with this theological and philosophical um, uh, colorations of the book. Because the Silver Surfer is quite a cosmic character and also very philosophical, and he just ignored that aspect of the comic completely.
I mean, it was right there, just on the page, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like he didn't even bother looking into it or doing any research. And it also bugged me that he couldn't even pronounce the name Galactus correctly. You know,
Galactus. Mm.
like he called him Daredevil. That's if you're gonna do a review, you should know the names of the characters in the book you're reviewing, right?
Yes, that's quite right. I mean, how can you mistake Galactus for Daredevil? I mean, would take the
That's
mind
an
of a
amateur
child.
mistake, man. That's just an
Yeah,
amateur mistake.
yeah.
Something else that bugged me about it is I felt like he was kind of trying to like sell us some stuff. Like he was kind of getting a little corporate on us when he was
Mm,
talking about the ad in the comic. That felt a
Disney.
little like he was trying to push Disney down our throats.
Oh, Disney. You can obviously tell he's, coasting upon, Disney's dollars. And, anyone who works for Disney is obviously, not to be trusted. But
Exactly. It was just this. I keep at it, kid. I guess
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It seems a little. It seems like a really rough start to be starting a review with all this corporate sponsorship and stuff.
yeah, but he does have a single tiny glimmer of talent, and in this, in this blackness. But hopefully, if he works at it and he puts in the sweat and the effort and the sheer kind of uh well, what's the word I'm looking for? Effort into this. I'm sure he'll, turn out to be, a reasonable reviewer, with, who knows, probably even even somebody as close to Manos, the real Manos.
Yeah,
Yeah, the real Manos.
maybe. I don't know. Well, let's spend the next 3 hours making dumb jokes, okay?
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm sitting there clapping,